What you doing, Otaku? I'm the AC. I'm going to talk about the virtual Crunchyroll Expo 2020 that took place on September 4th through the 6th. I'm not going to go through every single thing I saw because it was a lot. It was like 3 days worth. Yeah. But it was really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I went and watched Funimation's Anime Expo's virtual conventions, and I actually like Crunchyroll's the most. It surprised me. Of course, I watch Crunchyroll the most. I talk about Crunchyroll the most. But still, I didn't expect their convention to be so much better than the other two. But, yeah, of course, like the others, this one's also free. You could register for it, but I didn't really see much need to. If you went online on the website, you could pretty much watch everything and do whatever without needing a register. Because I didn't register on like my laptop, but when I would watch it, I wouldn't need to log in or do any of that. I registered through my phone, so I was only technically registered log in on my phone, and it just, there's no difference between the two. So yeah, I guess you don't really have to unless you want to like buy some of the meet and greet stuff, which I wasn't going to do because it's costly. Yeah, one of the negatives of this. But there was other stuff that you would need to register for to be a part of, but it wasn't necessary to get a lot of the enjoyment out of Crunchyroll's Expo. Now, I said I used the website a bit, but I actually used the app most of the time. Because the app, I think, is easier to navigate and it looks a lot better. There's just a lot more you can find, and the website is kind of just boring looking, maybe because there's just so much space. I don't know, I'm not a web designer, but the app is just, everything's there for you right away. You don't have to look around, and I don't know, I just enjoyed the app more, so I used it. But especially the schedule is what was easiest to navigate. Not only could you make it look cool, but you could also just make it in a list form, just scroll right through it. The website you could look through a whole lot and search through a whole lot more, but I like the simplicity of it better. So that's why I preferred the app on the phone. And not only that, I don't remember if it was actually on the website like this too, but on the phone you could also just click the link and it'll take you to a browser to watch the videos, which is one of the weird things I think with this is you could do so much from the phone app, but then it will take you to a web browser to actually watch the videos of the panels. So, I don't know. But not only that, there was like a virtual Crunchyroll Expo on demand. So if you missed any of the panels or whatnot, even though they're all pre-recorded, anyway, so you could still watch them up until September 7th. That's the Monday I'm recording this, up until 10 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, that's already done now too. But it was really nice because of course I had things I had to do over the weekend. So then at night, once everything was done, I could go back and watch them on demand. It was great. I did that with Junji Ito's cat panel, which of course amuses me and I love. But I had to take care of some business, came back that night, spent the night just rewatching the panels I missed and whatnot. Now, the way they organized the expo, I thought was super creative and it was actually really cool. It's like they wanted to try and make you feel like you were actually at a convention center. So they had New Crunchy City, and with that there was different districts so you could go, and this is what I would take as a convention hall. Then you have the different rooms, you have, you know, the expo hall, place to watch anime, all that stuff. I'm really glad they had this kind of stuff there, and it really made you feel a part of it. One of the things I thought was missing though with this is there wasn't really an opening ceremony, an opening panel, or ending ceremony and panel. So there's a lot that made you feel like you were there, but then a little bit that wasn't. But yeah, the districts that were in this were, the main one was the theater district. This is where you watch a lot of the panels. And then inside this district, they had their own stages. So they had a Crunchyroll stage, a Hime stage, a Sudachi stage, and a Yuzu stage. And it was all really nice, and it was cool. So it's like you have your different rooms. Then, aside from that, you also had your central shopping district, and you had an anime arts district. Now, I didn't spend too much time there. It's different just looking through a website and looking at this different stuff than actually being in an expo hall and looking at all these stuff in person. So I looked through it just enough to kind of say I did, I guess. But then I spent most of my time in a theater district. And another district they have is a Super Arcade and Club Yuzu. I guess it's not really a district, they don't name it that. But here they had like galleries of art and other stuff. They also had a cat cafe, which is nice. Like, it's not a real cafe, but you could, a way to get people to adopt cats because cats are adorable. Then they also had Crunchyroll Hime's Cosplay Cup. This was neat and really cool. People submitted videos to it with some little performance. They were all really good. They did a really good picking these, and man, it made me really want to look up and do cosplay more because I'm not really a cosplayer. I could if I wanted to, but as much as I want to, I don't really know even how to start. But that's fine. I did a whole podcast on that before. But yeah, no, really good cosplay. A really cool way that they did it. And it was just enjoyable to watch. And when you're not doing all this other exciting stuff, just like other real life conventions, you can have the quiet room where you can go and watch anime. Now they would have like 3 anime you can watch, and I was like, this is cool. Even though it's online, it's weird. I guess if you don't have a anime subscription to anything, it's one way to watch anime. I mean, if you have a subscription, there's really no point in going here. You could just go to the app. But whatever, it's okay. And then they also had anime playing on demand or whatever throughout the day too. So yeah, a lot of anime is being played, of course, because it's Crunchyroll. Now, they talk a lot about anime too, especially their originals. But there was one they focused on called Onyx Equinox, and they even did this like clever, scavenger hunt throughout the website. So you go through the website, and then you can use your phone with the QR code reader. Is that what they're called? Yeah, whatever. And then scan it, and then they would pop up, and you just had to find them throughout the website. I thought some of them actually hidden pretty cleverly, or just kind of amusing. But yeah, and it's supposed to be like the prize for free pass to next year's convention or a year of subscription service. But once I found them all, they didn't really do anything or give me a notification that you completed it. I just found them all. That was it. I don't know. But I also did that like right away, like within the first hour of the convention starting or whatever. Now, aside from this, they also had music. A lot of these conventions have music. Concerts go on usually that night. They did this too, but usually they would just link to Twitch. I spent a little time watching them, not that much. Like I said, if I'm going to watch it online, I can do that other places, and it's still pretty much the same. But yeah, aside from that, the panels were pre-recorded, and even though they weren't live, I don't know if there were any that were actually live, but it gave them more time, more leeway to get more creative and have more fun with the panels. One of my favorites I watched was a panel with Kodasha and Yin Press doing a showcase, and they were trying to make it like this kind of, I don't know, like going against each other, but it was just a way for them to show off their products and act cool and put out one and talk it up, and then the other one put out one, talk it up, and they try to do this cool act. It was amusing. It was a neat way to do it. It would be something that would be hard to do online live. Something that might be easier to do actually live. But yeah, I enjoyed stuff like that and how creative they could get through it being recorded, even though it takes you out of that like live feeling of it's happening right now. But you could do chat. They would have a simple little chat bar underneath each one, so you could do that. That was the live interaction you could have. I'm not much of a chatter doing that kind of stuff, but hey, the option is nice. So, besides this, I really enjoyed everything. Of course, there's other stuff they could have done. Like, I thought they could have actually played the panels on their actual Crunchyroll app, but, I mean, the way the app works isn't always the best, especially this weekend. For some reason, don't know if it's a coincidence, the app was working against me a lot, and it's not usually that bad with me. It would kick me off after every few minutes, not all the time, but a lot more often this weekend than it usually was. So, don't know what's going on with that. But the apps are getting better. All this stuff, this expo, the way the apps are updated and looking better, running better, even though I don't like the way they're organized because it makes things difficult. Not difficult, aggravating for me to try to find what I want to watch. Because I like to keep my things organized my way. Whatever, that's a whole different rant. I have a lot of good hopes for where Crunchyroll's going and what they're doing, regardless of the fact that AT&T is trying to sell them. So I don't know what's going on with that. I was having some worries because stuff was going HBO Max and all that seemed to be relevant, but after this expo and all the updates they're doing, I'm feeling better about it. Regardless of what the future may be, they're doing great now. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the virtual Crunchyroll Expo 2020. What did you think? Did you spend all 3 days watching it like I did? There was a lot, and there's a lot of cool stuff on it. But let me know what you thought, what your favorite things was if you did watch it. Or tell me why you wouldn't watch it. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead and leave a comment about whatever you want. And if you like what I have to say, go ahead and like the video. You want to see me talk more about anime and all kinds of other stuff, go and subscribe to my channel. You can see when I do all that. But until next time, I'm the AC. Thank you for watching, and bye.